couple of the reasons why is, one, people don't know how much their current energy costs. They don't understand their SDG&E bill. So the solar power should be installed if it, either costs less or the same that you're already paying. And there's a lot of complexities to what makes up your current bill. A big portion of it is if you have like air conditioning in your house. If you don't have air conditioning in your house, solar energy is really not going to make, you're not going to save any money by putting it on your rooftop, because the rates, the way they set the rates is there's a cap, or what they call a tiered structure, and the lower tier is very cheap. It's like 6 cents a kilowatt hour, whereas your solar panel is going to cost you about 15 cents a kilowatt hour. If you have air conditioning, then you use so much energy in the peak times that your peak energy costs come close to 16 cents, and then you have an investment you can make. So it's really, they don't understand their bill, and it's an investment of money. So how do you get the money? How do you get the loan? It's a long-term loan. They're going great guns on it. They can't put it in fast enough because the incentives are so good that for an industrial customer, their peak power use is right about 12 to 15 cents. And so that makes sense. One of the things they are trying very hard to do that, and they are, but there are environmental issues. There are, out even in the desert, there are species of animals that get disturbed when you take big areas of land and put these solar farms in. There's two issues. One is that one. There's a couple of technologies that you need to know about. One is called photovoltaic, and that's the kind where it turns the sun's energy directly into electricity. Then they have one called solar thermal, and that's where you take mirrors and you focus the sun's energy on a pipe, and there's a fluid in the pipe, and then that fluid gets hot enough to make steam, and then the steam turns the turbine, and the turbine makes the electricity. Much more efficient process, but it takes water. Issue is how you get the power from the middle of the desert to where the energy is being used in the cities. And then you need these big power lines to get there, and again, the power lines go across through parks and reserves and beautiful forests that need to be cut down for the big power lines to go through. I think that's the one issue that people aren't really looking at. I'm looking at it really hard. We're doing research on what the effect of it is, but the legislature said that you're going to have 33% renewable energy by 2020. And so electricity has to be balanced all the time, 100% of the time. Otherwise, there's things called blackouts and brownouts and what they call power quality. So if your power quality goes down, then you ruin everything, like your flat screen TVs and your servers, and I mean, it has a wide range of effects. So what happens when there's 33% of the energy supplied is with solar or wind, and the wind stops blowing or the sun comes up? Well, the problem is that if you don't have a replacement source of energy for it, then the whole grid could go down. Right now, the only way they're dealing with it is to keep dirty fossil fuel plants online, running at a low, running at a 20% capacity, so they can instantaneously pick up the load when the solar plant goes offline because of clouds. Fossil fuel plant could be a coal plant or a natural gas plant or a boiler plant. When they're running at off-peak efficiencies, like 20 or 30%, they put out as much CO2 emissions as they did at 80% or 90% when they're at their most efficient. So these are the things that need to be looked at. Energy storage would solve this problem of the 33% of the solar panels and wind farms going offline instantaneously, because you could replace that power with power that you had stored during the night.
All right.